Hello and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. My name is Michael, but you can call me Molt. And today we're going to be going over some very big nerfs and balance updates to the game that I am very excited about. You guys are going to want to stick around for this. It's no secret to everybody that Bounce has been an extremely strong deck in the archetype alongside High Evolutionary, and a lot of people have been calling for some justice to this, and I think we just got it today. Check this out. Let's begin by addressing the Beast or Falcon in the room. It's no secret that Bounce has been one of the top decks in the metagame for the last few weeks, and we actually feel that Bounce is the undisputed best deck because its matchup spread has a startlingly high number of 60% matchups, and many of its cards top win percentage charts when not drawn, indicating the deck is winning with a variety of card combinations. The skill edge the deck offers, possibly the largest in the game, also means that edge can increase for the most practiced Bounce players. So we're going to hit the deck firmly. Furthermore, the strongest shell in the deck is relatively transferable. You don't need to be playing the Beast or Falcon game to have a very strong deck. That means that we're going to target cards that get shared across other versions of the archetype. I think that this is incredible, and the thing that I really like is that they say they're going to hit the deck firmly. This is something that I have been calling for a while. I feel like they have been too timid with a lot of the nerfs that we've seen, and so it makes me happy that they're like, no, we're going to hit this hard, and if we need to adjust it down, we will. I'm just really excited about this. So let's jump into the cards that are going to be affected. Now, as you guys know, Kitty Pryde is probably my favorite card in the game just because of its playstyle, but also because of its strength, and it's taking a hit. And I'm okay with it because I don't want things to be too strong. I want things to be balanced. So Kitty Pryde currently is a 1/0 that says when this returns to your hand, +2 power, returns at the start of each turn. The change now is that it's going to be a 1/2 +1 on return. Okay, so it was a 1/0 that got +2. Now it's going to start off as a 1/2 that gets +1. I don't mind this. I think this is actually a great change to Kitty Pryde. You guys comment down below. Let me know how y'all feel about it. The team said Kitty is the best performing card in all Bounce decks, so she's an ideal candidate to target. Her strength has even warped how other decks approach the matchup, pushing combinations like Invisible Woman and Killmonger into the metagame. This adjustment will lower her ceiling substantially. We see Kitty pretty commonly making it to 8 power, and in that scenario, she'd now have only 6. I think that's great. I think that is so good. Next, we've got Hitmonkey taking a hit himself. Currently a 2/0 on reveal, gain 2 power for each card you played this turn. And like I said, that interaction with Bast, putting that up to a 2/3 is crazy. Now, Hitmonkey is going to be a 3/2. Okay, so if you're playing Beast and you're playing Falcon, there are still opportunities to get Hitmonkey up to a good place even when it costs 3, especially if you play Beast and you get some things that are 0. You can still play Hitmonkey, you can still play Mysterio, and then you can play another card, or you can play any of the 0s that you were able to pull back. So even Hitmonkey at that 3/2, Hitmonkey and Mysterio will be, what? That's still 2, 4, 6. So it's going to be a 3/8 if you just play that. So that's incredible. Like, that's a lot of power. So Hitmonkey is still going to be in a very good spot. They say that the next strongest card in Bounce has been Hitmonkey, so we're tagging a nerf onto him as well. We're adding an energy to Hitmonkey for a few reasons. The first is just to weaken him very often. You'd spend the energy to play a 1 cost on the last turn, which would itself have 2 or more power in addition to the buff it gave Hitmonkey. So this is just taking that away. It also makes him much less efficient to play early in the game, mostly eliminating the early Hitmonkey, and you Beast back for more value later on. I think that is great. I think that is so good. Crushing it. Really good there. Next, we've got Spider-Ham currently as a 1/1, which can be very annoying, and they're just going to change it to a 2/2, which I'm okay with as well, because Spider-Ham just felt really frustrating sometimes, and so they're going to keep the power potential. It's just not going to be as flexible of a card to play. You're going to have to commit to like that turn 2 play. I don't think this is really going to be too big of a hit at all to Spider-Ham. I think people are still going to play it. It's just not going to be as cyclable as it was before. Now, I freaking love this change right here to Phoenix Force. The old card, even though it is not that old, was a 5/6 that, you know, when it got revived, you would be able to move it each turn. So people were playing that on multiple man, lots of different things, and move. They're turning it into a 4/5, which makes it so much more flexible. And I think that's incredible. I think that's really, really good. It's going to lower its power a little bit, but it is going to make it a little more playable to where you can play other things on turn 5 now. You can play some other combos that you wanted to. It also gives you one extra turn to move it around. I think that is so, so sick. You guys know I love move. I'm about that. And then next we've got Ghost Spider that obviously was a 2/3. The last card you played moves here. Well, guess what? Now it is a 1/2, which I think is incredible. Ghost Spider was already really, really good there. I love playing Ghost Spider, but having that 1/2 flexibility now to where turn 4 you could play Vulture and Ghost Spider is nuts. Move is getting a little bit of a bump, and I'm about it. And then next, we've got Living Tribunal, currently a 6/6. You know what it does. It splits the power across the board. The change, just turning it into a 6/9. Living Tribunal felt like a huge flop in the game to me. So adding that 3 extra power might make it something that people play a little bit more. If you think about it, that 3 extra power is only 1 extra power per location, so it is not that big of a deal. But I do think that it will generate an opportunity for people to play it more, say in regards to playing it with Iron Man, because now that's going to be even more power spread across the board and things like that. So I'm okay with that one. And then lastly, we've got Magic. Magic has been a 5/3 that is fairly underused. You typically really only see it in Mr. Negative decks, and then also you see it a lot of times in the She-Hulk Infinite decks that sometimes have Moon Girl and stuff in them where people skip and then just try and flood the board final turn. Magic is now going to be a 3/2, which is sick because you can still play it on turn 5 if you want to, but with another card as well. The team said, ever since the nerf that knocked Magic from her perch, defining the metagame into its deepest recesses, we've been looking for a safe time to reintroduce her as a more aggressive rate. Since her fantasy and impact on the game are both interesting, this season seemed ideal to do that with a hot new variant hitting the streets via the season pass. We're actually going to make a small behavior change to Magic in our next patch, restoring her to being playable on turn 6, but disabling just her on reveal in that case. We're debuting this stat change a little early to celebrate her time as a member of the Phoenix Force 5 in the appropriate season. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's look at this again. In our next patch, we're going to restore her to being played on turn 6, but disabling just her on reveal in that case. Okay, so you can still play her as a 3/2, but her on reveal will no longer happen. Interesting. So that's going to be all of the changes, guys. Comment down below. Let me know how you feel about everything that the team is doing here with these balance changes. I actually really, really like it. I think that it's going to put the game in a good spot in regards to decks that we see. We've been seeing so much bounce, not only in Conquest, but in the ladder and everything. And we're still going to see it because it's still pretty good after this, honestly. Like, it was just too good before. Now, I think that it's going to be in a really good balanced state, and I think that these balance changes, this OTA, is one of the best that we have ever had, if not the best. Again, comment down below how you guys are feeling about it. See y'all on the next one. Peace out.